Okay, Amanda. Detective Kenny said, my name is Dave Ballmer. I'm a detective for Frederick Police Department, and I'm a lead investigator on the Watts case.
Okay.
Somewhere along the line, you made some statements about how you know Chris.
Yeah, I met on Tinder at the beginning of like March-ish.
Okay.
And it was just like, I don't know, it was like fast and furious. I have a whole bunch of like articles written about me, and I think it's kind of like crossing over with the other girl, but like people have been like taking random pictures of me just walking down the street, and I just, you know, I had no idea what to say, you know. I mean, it was, we just met once, and
Okay, and this was March of
this year.
this year, 2018, and you met on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've never used Tinder. Is there like a username, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's just like a profile you create. I've gotten back on there because you can deactivate it and reactivate it. It can either go off like your Facebook or Gmail, or you can just make a whole new like account or something like that. And so I went back and checked, and his profile wasn't there, so he must have deleted it on him. And
Okay, and what was his profile name?
I don't remember. It just said Chris.
Did you have like a picture? It said Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
And
Chris?
the pictures I remember he posted were him. It was like, I guess like a catfish thing, but he used another guy's like picture. It looked similar, and it was definitely not the guy in the picture when I met him. I said it was just like a one-time thing, like on I'm sorry, I'm really nervous.
It's okay. Just relax.
Like I have nothing to hide, nothing at all. I mean, you know, it's a little bit overwhelming, but, you know, and it's humiliating on, like, my end. It makes me feel, you know, come off as a whore. But, you know, I mean.
So just walk me through from the one time that you said you met Chris through Tinder. Just walk me through that day, evening, whatever it was, that time period.
I don't know, we just met, I don't know, it's like so blurry. And we just like met at the parking lot, Chick-fil-A. I don't know, it sounds funny. And I got something to drink, and then we just went back to my house, and
You both went back to your house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
followed me.
which Chick-fil-A was that?
One on Center Place.
On Center Place?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he drove here?
Yeah. And like I just, it's around like the February, March time period. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm not up, but, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, sound like a whore or not, but, you know, through a nasty divorce, and, you know, my kids are in Vermont, and so I just kind of went wild, and, you know, it's
whatever.
not safe, and, you know.
I'm not gonna judge you for that. That's not the purpose of this meeting, so don't worry about that. Okay, I don't care.
Right.
So talk to me just a little bit about where you met up. You said at the Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
Did you both drive there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was he driving?
He was driving a truck.
Okay, what did that truck look like?
I think it was like navy or something.
Navy?
Yeah, like blue, black, something like that.
Okay. Do you know what kind of truck?
Yeah.
Is it just a pickup? Anything specific about it or unique about it?
Mm-hmm. As I remember. And then I remember just kind of, I don't know, I got something to drink, and then we just like, it was like so humiliating for me, I mean, because I mean the meetup was just about sex. So we kind of just like went and, you know, met him somewhere, and then it wasn't like I know it's kind of funny now, but it was like a killer. And, you know, no radars went off or anything, and so, I mean, it's just like scary, like, I had this guy in my home, and then, we, had sex, and he left.
Was that in the truck?
That was in my house.
So you both pull up at the Chick-fil-A, and he pulls up in the navy blue truck, and you pull up in your car. What happened? Just walk me through that with a little bit of detail.
It's just embarrassing, like.
Don't worry about that. That's just us in this room, and I could care less about that kind of stuff.
So it's just to kind of just get a picture of like him, like what like a character, like kind of thing. So I remember he walked over to my car. I drive a Honda CRV. And we're like, oh, you want to go in or anything? And so I went inside. He stayed out there, and I got something to drink, and then we just sat down and talked for a little bit. I remember talking to him about the Anadarko where he worked, because my ex-husband tried to get on with them, but he had a history of like domestic violence and everything, so they wouldn't hire him. And so I remember that conversation, and he was like, oh, that's funny. So I just remember that. And then he said that he was like split from his, he called baby mama, and she wouldn't let him see his kids. And I remember kind of clicking with him about that, because my boys are in Vermont with my ex-husband, and it's been a nasty battle. And so, so that was kind of like the conversation, and then we agreed to go back to my place, and we did it, and he left, and that was the end of communication.
Okay. Excuse me. So the Tinder thing, I got a couple questions about how that works. So is that just like an app where you can chat?
Yeah, you swipe left or right, and then if you match, then you can talk. If not, you move on. So
did you actually talk on the phone with him before you met? Like, hey, meet me at the Chick-fil-A? How does that work?
So we talked back and forth, and then I had a different number through like a Text Now app, just because I was really I'm really funny about who has my number. Like I'm all about like my privacy and stuff. So I was talking to him through like a Text Now app. I no longer have my phone. I do have a new one, but I'm kind of like, I don't have Tinder on this one. But yeah, I mean, it's just a regular dating app, like Plenty of Fish or like Cupid or something.
Okay. So then how did you arrange the meeting at Chick-fil-A?
Through Tinder.
I mean, how did you actually, is it all texting, or is it all, did you say meet me at Chick-fil-A on Center Place, or?
Mm-hmm. I do remember that.
And how did he know to find you?
Because he had that Text Now number. It's a number that I use to like talk to people, like my clients or something like that, because I do hair. Mm-hmm. And said I don't like people having like my actual phone number. Mm-hmm. So it was a Text Now app. I said this was a long time ago. I couldn't even tell you what number he had. Like I don't have anything like.
So he called you on his Text Now phone number? Mm-hmm. So
he didn't call me. It was all through text and stuff.
It was all through text, mm-hmm. But you don't remember the number?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. About what time do you think that was?
Like, what do you mean? What time it was?
Like time of day, night?
Let's see. So, like the day or two before, we just talk like, hey, what's up? And then it was just more of like a spur of the moment thing. I don't know.
But I mean, what time of
updated weekly.
Yeah, was it in the evening when you
It
were
was,
at the Chick-fil-A?
Mm-hmm.
It was in the evening? About what time do you think, though?
Maybe like 7:45-ish. It was after I got off of work, and I went straight there. I got off of work at 7, so.
So really, what time it took you to drive there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're messaging while you're at work about where to meet and all?
While I was at work, yeah, I decided to meet there and just meet and do it, you know. I mean, it's pretty hard for me to talk about because I had to explain to my parents, you know, what I said when he was at my door, you know. I mean, it was just like, you know, I mean, like I said, like after, you know, my boys left from the divorce and stuff like that, I just went like batshit crazy and just, you know, hooked up with.
Yeah, I get
you know, I mean, it's just, you know, I wish I could remember more details, you know, but like, seriously, like, it's so shameful for me to say, you know, up until like, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I would say, like, I just was able to calm down and, you know, like, I also had like a brain injury last year, traumatic brain injury, and I think that kind of contributes to my memory and stuff like that. But
how did that occur, if you don't mind me asking?
It was in January of last year, and I fell and hit my head on ice, and it was hard. And I just remember waking up. I was in that basement apartment when that Chris was at, and I remember my mom, I did pick up my daughter from school, and my mom kind of thought that was weird, and she came to I don't know how I made it back into the house, but she came in, and next thing I know, like, I woke up in ICU. So, I mean, I was there for like 5 days and recovered pretty well. It was a subdermal hematoma, and so.
Okay, so after the Chick-fil-A, take me from there.
He just followed me to my place. And I lived at the time clear on 18th Avenue.
Remember the address?
1801 and a half 18th Avenue.
Okay, I'm listening.
And then we got out, kind of. I smoked a cigarette, and I went inside, and it was really, like, fast. It was really aggressive, and then he left.
Okay, and what do you mean by fast and aggressive?
He was very, like, rough. That's all I'm gonna say. And, like, I don't know, like, in all honesty, like, it's just, I'm not, like, you know, I just, like, remember seeing that face, and, you know, the tattoos, and the Anadarko job, and stuff like that, and the name. But other than that, like, you know, like I said, like, before, like, I couldn't pick out, like, 90% of the guys that I've been with, you know, and, like, I know it sounds awful, but, you know, like, you know, it just seems unreal that, you know, I would know somebody that did that. Like, you know, I keep having these doubts, so I just, you know, I'm just not 100% sure. I mean, it's just like that all the details, you know, match, like, you know, it's just.
So what point did he tell you his name?
In the app.
In the app? He told you his name was Chris Watts in the app?
Well, not Watts. I mean, you know, you just put your first name.
Okay, so he never told you his name was Watts? So how do you know it's him?
I just recognize the face and everything.
Okay. Tell me about his tattoos.
I remember they were on his back and his arms, but other than that, I don't remember. I don't remember much. I don't know, he had tattoos on his arms and on his back. But other than that, like I said, I'm not a strong witness or anything like that. It's just an interaction I have with him.
Do you remember seeing the tattoos on his legs?
Yeah.
So, you said, describe what you mean by aggressive, when he was aggressive with you.
I really don't want to say much. I really don't.
Well, it's a pretty important case, so. You're now in the middle of it.
What's that?
You're now in the middle of it, at least this part of it. So, you said that he was being aggressive, so you need to tell me what that's about.
I don't know, I was told to not really, say much without a lawyer. I just don't want to incriminate myself anyway.
I can tell you that I'm not looking at you for any criminal means you have as a witness. Okay, so don't worry about that.
I don't know, I just remember kind of, it was like, I don't know, it's just like, it's hard to explain. It was like it's humiliating for me to talk about. Like, it really is. Like, you know what I mean? He was rough, as in, it's just, he tried to, stick it in my butt. So it's weird. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, but what else that was aggressive, or how did you feel?
Like pulling my hair and putting his arms around my neck. It was like a rape fantasy thing. That's how I, describe it. It's really like, I just remember thinking, like, what the fuck when he left. Like, I actually had to, push him off me at one point.
Okay. I know that's rough, I'm sorry, but I have to ask that. Back up. Do you have your ID with you?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see that real quick, please? What's your current address now? Is it on your DL there?
No, this is the old one. I haven't gotten it.
Oh, your ID card. So what's your current address now?
2106 and a half 8th Avenue.
So you were saying that people are taking pictures of you now and following you around, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me about that a little bit.
Pictures here that I screenshot and people screenshot and send them to me.
Okay. What is this, Facebook?
Yeah, it's an article
Screenshot
on
from it?
Facebook. And then on the other ones, they're using my I deactivated my Facebook and everything just because of all the messages and stuff that I've been getting, but Yeah, and that's
So you don't have any of that anymore?
the messages. Yeah.
What are the content of the messages, I guess?
Let me pull some up.
Okay.
So somehow my messenger is still active, even though I deleted my Facebook. I don't know how that works, but like I didn't accept them. But this one's like. So the content of them is like that. How this started is my big mouth. I joined a group. It was like this Kimberly Kessler, this thing in Florida, this hairdresser that went missing, and accused like one of her coworkers of her disappearance. And so it was called like a sleuth group or something like that, and they created one about the lost case. And there's something about like, oh, I wonder if, there was a history of infidelity. And stupid me, I'm like, well, I met this guy on Tinder, and I'm not even kidding, within like 2 hours I had like 400 notifications and, like 30 messages, and like I deleted it. I deleted everything. I deleted my, like Facebook, and then, just all of a sudden, like, reporters and news people got like, they tracked down my phone number, they tracked down my email addresses, and even like, know where I work, and, I was like put on suspension at work because of those pictures and stuff floating around they don't want.
The picture you just showed me?
Yeah, my boss sent me that.
Can you pull that back up for me? Can I take a picture of that? So when you said that I met this guy on Tinder, who are you referring to? Chris Watts?
Yes.
Okay. And that's how everything got out.
Yep.
And when did that happen?
I want to say like a couple of days after it came out that he had killed her, that he killed his family. So it was like when it was discovered that all the details, so it was a couple of weeks ago, probably like timeline wise, let's see, because I was at work, so I don't have cable or anything. Everything I see is from, Facebook, and I'm not on very much, and so like I had no idea any of this was going on until I joined the group. But I saw, like it's weird because one of my friends so Nicole you talked about used to be her name. She was my manager over at Supercuts here in Greeley. And she was Shanann's best friend. She's the one that did all the, interviews and stuff like that. And so I saw something on her Facebook about like Shanann missing and stuff, and so I knew like that part, but I didn't know like it was about Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a small world.
So you said you and Nicole worked together?
A long time ago.
And that was how long ago?
That was when I was still married. Probably like 2013, I want to say 2013.
Okay, do you know her? You said Utah?
Mm-hmm.
And at where?
Supercuts?
Where did it go?
Oh, by Walmart and Noodles on just West 10th here.
Okay. Okay. And you are positive the guy you met on Tinder is Chris Watts.
See, and that's the $1 million question. Like, everything matches up from, from what I remember, but I'm just like not, like, confident enough to get up there and be like, yeah, that was him. Like, you know, I mean, if it were just weeks ago, you know, that'd be one thing. But, you know, like, I've been, like, going back and forth with this the whole time. I am, like, 99.9% that it's him. You know, like, honestly, like, all the other guys that I've, you know, hooked up with, I really couldn't point them out in the crowd, you know. I just went, like, just crazy. Like, that's all I can, like really say, that, you know, that's all these men, you know, like, you know, I'm honestly, you know, it is 99.9% sure it was him.
Okay.
Like, I wish I had more, really wish I did, but, you know, it's like, I don't.
The 1% doubt is because of why?
Probably because of the complexity of this case.
What does that mean?
You know, I mean, just the not, you know, wanting to get involved, just not, you know, like, believing it's true, you know, just kind of denial about, you know, being a whore or something like that, and like coming, you know, forward. But like, seriously, like, I just that 1% chance, you know, it's like I'm more like leaning like yes, and I just like every matches, every, like, you know, just what I have in my head, like, you know, just those images that I can't get out are kind of burned in there, you know, but I have this, like, these doubts, you know, like, it's just, I just don't know. Okay.
Did he talk about his family?
He just said that he was separated, like I said. Yeah, he was baby mama, wouldn't let him see his kids. He didn't say anything else, but I do remember him saying that. And then the Anadarko conversation were the only two conversations that we really had.
Okay, so he told you he worked for Anadarko, and was that before or after you met him?
This was
in person, I mean.
This was during
our
meeting, yeah, at Chick-fil-A.
At Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he ask you what you did?
Yeah, you know, I did hair.
For Supercuts?
No, I'm on Great Clips in Fort Worth.
That's where you're at now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And were you at Great Clips at that same time you met him?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can think of that I need to know, that you think I should know?
I would definitely call you if I think of anything.
Okay. With that, I'm going to give you my card. Okay. And hang on just a minute, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Good.